Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of Community Report. I am Dare Ido. It is established that some professions are traditionally male-dominated, but as time went by, women are joining the ranks and they are doing it at a dizzying pace. So one of those professions is shoemaking, where the processes are steeped in tradition with a preconceived idea that the job is more fitting for men. Now, this is changing with more women showing interest and thriving in that space. Yes, many of them are small-scale entrepreneurs with an impact-driven approach to job creation and human capital development. On this episode of the program, we're focusing on lady cobblers who have clearly showed that shoemaking is a highly skilled craft. What have you heard about good shoes? Some say good shoes take you to good places. A lot goes into the making of good shoes. Attention to detail is one of the non-negotiable aspects of the process. Styles and materials have changed over the years, but the key production techniques remain the same. Handmade bespoke shoes even take way longer time, and the process is complex. They are exclusively styled for those who can afford them. Makers of custom shoes have mass producers to contend with. Although the markets may be different, shoemaking traditions go back to antiquity, and men have dominated the shoemaking business for a long time, but there's now a growing number of women showing interest in the shoemaking business. Olamide is based in Ado-Ekiti, where she's known for handmade footwear, specially designed for both men and women. A long strike by the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, made her rethink her career options, and that gave life to her passion for making footwears.
It started sometimes around 2016 during a long ASU strike. So we have to go home, and for like 3 months. The strike was on and on for like 3 months. So during that process, I was so less busy. I have nothing doing. So I decided to start up with something. I noticed that then there's a particular police station very close to my mom's store. So every morning they're always looking for where to polish their shoe every morning. So I decided to start a little thing by getting few things like polish, brush and things like that. So I went to the police station for the first time. I just had some little conversation with people I met there. Then I decided to polish their shoe for them. I think then it was around 30 naira per pair. So around 2 p.m. after I had polished so many shoes, I discovered I had about 2. Some people gave me 100 naira, some 200, some appreciated and gave me 500 naira. So at the end of the day, I had like 2,000 naira with me. So I was like, wow, this has to strike. It will make sense. So from there, I started going there every 2 days to polish their shoes. Starting from there, after the ASU strike, I was like, okay, I came back to Ekiti because I was based in Lagos. So I came back to Ekiti. So I'm quite sure that I won't be able to polish anybody's shoe in Ekiti. So I decided to go deep into shoemaking. So I started with little slippers and palm. I started learning. So I learned for 3 years. I'm a shoe freak person. I so much love footwear. So I think my passion for footwear is what really triggered me into shoe making. I started from my hostel then, like I was still a student, so I was working from home. But with time, neighbors and my hostel, they started complaining that my machine, then I have only one filing machine, that my machine is always disturbing them. So they started complaining to the caretaker and all that. So I need to get a small place to start because I was getting much order. Being a lady in a men dominating field, so I was getting much order. So I contacted my mom and asked her for help. So she borrowed me the sum of 50,000 naira to get a small place, and I promised to repay after 6 months if I must have gathered the money back. So she was the first person to borrow me money to start a small place. I actually repaid her after 6 months, but she did not collect the money. She said I should continue working with it, and she added another extra 50,000 naira for me to get more material. So till now I've not repaid the money. I'm still using the money anyway. So I had a lot of savings. Since I don't have anyone I'm feeding, I don't have it, and my parents are still feeding me then, unlike now that I'm out of school and I'm now on my own. So then from my feeding and what I'm making from the little thing I'm doing, so I decided to save. So the first thing I got was my sewing machine, because it is very, very important. Then I used to go from one shop to another to sew. So the first thing I got then was my industrial sewing machine. I got a manual sewing machine first, then I still have that at home. So after then, when the sewing machine, my work, I now have large quantity of supply, then my manual sewing machine could no longer serve me. So I save more and buy my industrial sewing machine. It cost at about 130,000 naira then.
A new pair of exquisite handmade leather sandals displayed at Olamide's workshop, where she's been mentoring others along this entrepreneurial path through training and apprenticeship while balancing her craft in the competitive shoemaking business.
I've been able to contribute to the society by training some of the youth in shoemaking for absolute free. I have some NGOs I'm working for, NGOs like Sedab Impact House. What they do is train people for free, and we even issue certificates for them for absolute free. So I've been part of their volunteer for over 4 years now. We do it almost twice in a year. Sometimes we train more than 20-30 people in a year like that. So, and it has been going on and on. Some are in school now and they are doing well. Some are on their own now, and people I have here, they are also benefiting from my absolute free training too.
Proving her worth in a craft that is more male-dominated is one of the major challenges she faces.
I'm always bent to always prove myself, being a lady. Like some men will say I can't make shoes for them, like being a lady in a men-dominating field. So I always want to prove myself right at every point in time.
Olamide says the quality of products will largely determine the patronage of locally made brands.
They must appreciate the fact that we are able to get sort of material locally to make international brand footwear for them. So it has not been easy anyway, but our customers are appreciating the fact that at least we are able to give them what they want. For you to be able to convince someone that locally made shoes are better than the one that are made abroad, you have to sort the best and the quality materials in the market. You understand what I'm saying? So first thing I make sure I put in place is sort the quality, the best and the quality material to make my footwear. My sneakers and high heel, I made it by myself. And we also sort our material locally from Lagos, Aba, Mushin. That is where we sort our products from our materials from. Just willingly, I would still like to further my education. That is, if I'm able to raise more funds, and also I would like to enlarge my business too. As a matter of fact, make it more bigger than this. If I could get help from the government and people around me.
In Akure, the Ondo State capital, another graduate with master's degree, Oladiwura, has mastered the art and act of shoemaking.
My name is Oladiwura, and I'm the CEO of Oladiwura Footwear, which is a female-owned shoemaking brand here in Nigeria. The shoemaking started roughly about 6 years ago, and I learned shoemaking while I was in my master's degree program in UI. Prior to that, I grew up in a family where we are encouraged to do things by ourselves. So we have these handiwork skills in my house. So I know how to sew, I know how to bake, I know how to do a lot of handiwork things. I know how to do this manual household repairs and other stuff. So while working on my project, I could remember vividly. I was like, I needed to learn something challenging, which I could channel into business. I didn't want to sew, I didn't want to bake. I was like, let me just go for shoemaking. It just came out of the blues, and it was a challenge for me. Then I searched for someone who could teach me there in Ibadan. So I was going for my shoemaking training while I was also doing my master's degree project. So it was a bit of hustle and bustle, but it was all fun throughout. So the business started fully roughly 5 years ago, and ever since then I've been improving tremendously. Let me just say that in my skills, in my learning, and right now I'm about to expand the business and extend the scope of the business from shoemaking alone to bags, belts, and all those amazing designs. I'm working on very great designs right now, which I'm really proud of. I just needed something challenging, something with outside my comfort zone, in quotes. Because I wouldn't say the other ones are quite easy for me to execute, but I didn't see myself turning them into business. I just wanted to channel my handiwork skills, because I do get a lot of comment. I'm good with my hands, and I know that. So I needed something I could channel into business, something I could do with my hands and channel it into business apart from sewing, baking, which aren't what I see myself doing into business. So that was why I needed to do something challenging, and I've never regretted. Yes, that is just the basic. I needed something that would challenge me, and shoemaking came to mind, and I went for it.
There are different stages of shoemaking. Oladiwura provides a sneak peek into the process.
So the very first stage of shoemaking, apart from getting the size of the client, the design, and the color of the shoe, is this thing called last. It's called a last, and is a mold which we use in shoemaking. So it comes in different forms, different sizes, different shapes. So you just choose the one you prefer to use, basically, because the shoe will practically come out in this shape. So you choose the shape you want. So the first thing we do is to tape the last with with paper tape, rather. Then we'll tape it. After taping it round, we'll mark some important points. I don't want to go into the shoemaking terminologies. So after wrapping the two, we remove the paper tape. This is for the inside, this is for the outside, to get these two forms. As you can see, there are notches here. So those are the very important points in shoemaking, because you have to follow the leg anatomy, or else the shoe will come out lopsided, shapeless, and to be ugly. So we have to follow these basic points. So we combine these two to form what we call a mean form. So this one is basically the combination of these 2 points. So all the points are also here, marked here, 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 here. So this is called a mean form. So I just transferred this to this. As you can see, is a mean form. This is for a size 33 mil. So any shoe I want to design, I can use this form. So I wouldn't need to start wrapping the last all over again. No. So I'll just, once someone says, okay, I need a size 43 shoe. Okay, I'll just take this form, sketch the shoe out using this same form, and I'll just go on. So I wouldn't need to go back to the last and start wrapping. No. I've done everything here. So taking note of these very important points in the shoe. Then after this stage, after I've drawn out the design I want, so we come out with a pattern. This is just the pattern of the shoe I'm currently working on. It doesn't mean this is the pattern for every shoe. There are lots of pattern here. There are lots of pattern, but this is one I'm presently working on. So this is the pattern that will place on leather that will cut out. So this is the cut out leather. After combining the 2 parts, this is it. This is how it looks like. So this is called the upper. It is called upper. So there's also lining that also put there. It will also be cut out from this same form. that I showed earlier. So this stage is where you do everything you need to do in a shoe. The broguing, the sewing, the taping, everything is on this stage. Once you leave this stage, you cannot do anything else on it. So all the holes you want to put, all the designs is on this stage that I put everything. So from this stage, you proceed to this stage called lasting. So this basically shows all the work you've been doing. So if you've not been accurate with your designing, this is where it will show. It won't come out as perfect as this looks. So it might be maybe closer to the line or too farther, but it won't come out as good as you want to. So this is where the result comes out from. So all the work we'll be doing is for us to get a perfectly shaped shoe. So
Kewe runs a business in Surulere area of Lagos, and like other lady cobblers, her journey into shoemaking is a story she loves to tell.
My name is Oladiwura Kewe, also known as Lady Cobbler Lagos. I make footwears, anything that has to do with leather is what I do. So welcome to my world. This is my leather world. Feel comfortable.
So we can see that you're surrounded by shoes.
Yes,
so tell us about
and belts too.
Oh, belts.
Anything that has to do with leather.
Oh, no wonder you said welcome to my leather world. So how did you get into this business?
Okay, I got into the business as a result of the fact that I really don't get my footwear size. I wear a standard male 43. So in the market, I was always getting the ugliest shoes, you understand now. So I got tired of it, and then, getting admission into the university, and everybody were wearing nice footwears, and then they were coming to show off in class, and then I just had to wear the ugly shoe I had. So then I talked to one guy like that makes shoes, and then most time I have to sit with him because my leg is big. You tell me that he has to fine tune and all that, so I have to sit with him. So when as I saw the way he used to, I think I started picking interest, and then that was it.
Yeah, so I think everyone knows that sustaining a business like this would require a level of branding, packaging, and all that. So how do you go about this?
Okay, that's true. You see, branding actually depicts authenticity of a particular product, and then how do you talk about authenticity? It's only when you put your insignia, maybe like something like a crest. So we've been having this issue over time, such that you just have to use what is available in the market, because branding costs a lot. So but thank God this year I've been able to get an insignia that actually depicts the brand name, which is like Tikewe signatures. So with this now, most of our products will be carrying both the chain, which we are still expecting, and this is the insignia. So anytime you see this, you just know that it's a Tikewe signature brand. So this is going to be the logo or the label for our brand from now.
So all the footwears will carry this as well?
Yes, all the footwears will carry this as well.
So what about then, because you said you make belts and all
yes.
Everything later?
We are going to be taking it one step at a time. So like now we have the ones for the shoes. So very soon we're going to make the ones for the belts, because the belts, it will also need to have maybe like a TS or something around, you understand? So but very soon we're going to work on that. So we've gotten this, then the shoe chain that will be replacing stuff like this. Is coming in, that's going to carry the Tikewe signature brand too. The beautiful thing about this business is that you can start with whatever it is you have, and then I would say it's a business that encourages, will I say love? Because I think one thing about we shoemakers is that once you say you want to learn, or you choose that you pick interest in this, I think it's so easy. Like even if you don't have the tools to start working, and you've already learned, you can make, and somebody down your street or someone that has a space that is set up already, and then you tell them, please I want to quickly do this. They'll tell you, since you can do this, and come and be working with us. For me, basically, I'm the kind of person that not every lady wants to be a princess. some of us don't want to be a princess that will be in ball gowns and all of that. Some of us just want to go ahead and just make whatever it is we want to do. So basically, it's for whoever that has the strength. cobbling, like I said, is easy and it's not easy if you can go after it, because there are days you want to walk, there is no light, your generator is faulty, and then the timeline for delivery is 6 p.m. You understand? So if you are weak, perhaps you bought the material, you cannot afford to make a full refund to the client. So you just have to go all the way out. You need your strength. That is when you have to, like, you can decide to leave your area and go to like 2 streets from where you know there's another cobbler that might have light or that his facility is working properly, to go there to go and work. So that is where the strength comes in. So though yes, it's a male-dominated business, but if you have the strength as a lady, I think it's beneficial, it's profitable, and if you know you have the strength, then you can go for it.
Is there a connect? Is there like an association or a group of lady cobblers, or you guys are just working in silos? There's really no need to actually.
For now, there is no community for us yet. I think everybody's still doing their bits all by themselves. Maybe perhaps in the future we might be coming together.
So do you think it's a growing community, or it's just?
Yes, it's actually a growing community, because like before, at some point, I used to feel awkward being the only girl. When you know, when guys are giving me that and they're like, "Madam, what's in happen? What's you want?" And I'm like, "I want to buy leather." But now sometimes it's like the men are now feeling like now only female you the answer now. They're just plenty for your side. They're not answering us. So now we're now beginning to have more females that are coming in. So now I think I'm not alone.
What's this process called?
This is the process of glassing.
Oh.
So this is the process of putting out what the sandal is going to look like. So that way now it has a firm grip. So after that, this is the upper that is going to be on it. So no, this is the other leg. So I think it's this one for the right side. So now we're going to set it up to ensure that. So we do this. Now I'm just trying to fit it on to see if I actually am getting. So we do this, then we just try as much as possible to hold this together like this. So then now, and this is the front of the sandal. So this is it. So this is what the sandal you are expecting to see. This is what is actually going to look like.
As these women continue to display their skills attracting customers from far and near, they look forward to break more boundaries, fine-tuning their prospects to better their economy. That's our show for today, everyone. You can watch this episode and other episodes of the program on our YouTube channel. You can also join the conversation on our social media platforms displayed on the screen. Thank you very much for watching. I am Dari Idowu. See you next time, and bye for now.